anything you hate or don't like about San Jose?
The ratio of men to women?
I feel way safer here.
It's hard to park. I ain't gonna lie, like, it's hard to park.
Are you thinking about moving to California and specifically the Bay Area? Well, today we're out on the streets interviewing people what they love about San Jose and the South Bay, what they hate, and words of advice that they could give you if you're considering relocating to the area. I'm Theresa Wellman, and I'm born and raised in California, but I've lived here in the San Jose area for 25 years, and I've helped a lot of people just like you move to San Jose. So I'd love to share these perspectives with you, and if you ever need help with your move, please reach out. How long have you lived in San Jose?
My whole life.
I've been in San Jose a year now. Actually, this last August was my first year officially in San Jose. I moved from Salt Lake City, Utah. Prior to that, I was in Texas, and prior to that, I was in Arkansas. So
you've been
I've lived
over.
a lot of different places.
My whole life for 33 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. So what do you love about San Jose?
I love that it's flat land. I can't do that San Francisco living.
Ah, yes.
You know, no, I can't do that. I like flat land places, and I love. It's very community-based
Okay.
at times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they try to figure out a lot of different things to do community events-wise. So I like that.
Okay, so you would pick San Jose over San Francisco because of the topography, but would there be other reasons?
Oh yeah, and because I feel way safer here.
Okay.
Yeah, I could park my car and not have to worry about a window shattered at 99% break-in rate.
I love the opportunity to grow a business and make a lot of money.
I'd say diversity as a whole. I've seen a lot of different cultures. I've seen a lot of different people.
Yeah.
But this is one of the most diverse areas as a whole. So you can find what you want in all the different places. Just might have to drive a little bit.
I like the vibe. I like there are a lot of attractions here. Malls, restaurants, movie theaters, concerts, live music, people.
Yeah.
We can see people who are visiting here from different parts.
Yeah,
so-
very diverse.
Yes, very diverse. So that's what I like it here. And also, especially this area, I think it's pretty safe. Yes, so that's what I like about San Jose
Okay.
and this area.
Well, it's more quieter than the East Coast,
Okay.
you know, and people are a little bit more relaxed, and people are a little bit more tolerable than the East Coast is.
I would say the temperature. The weather's very, very nice, and I think there's a lot to do. That's probably my favorite things.
It's kind of like a suburban feel, but also a little bit of a city feel.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of both. That's pretty nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like what he said. I think there's some like areas like Santana Row that are like pretty clean and pretty like nice to visit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely more populated,
Okay.
definitely more lively. I mean, you look at the streets, Santana Row, it's all lit up like 24/7.
Yeah.
It's all lit up, and you always have some kind of farmer market or some kind of activity going on, even on the weekdays. So that's like you don't see that in Raleigh
Okay.
often.
Okay. Wonderful.
I like the weather here. I like this place. You know, a lot of restaurant choices around. Go over the beach in a half hour. You can go to the mountains in another half hour.
Yeah.
So you can get pretty much anywhere you want in an hour and a half.
Yeah, I agree. That's yeah.
And one other thing I like to go to Tahoe sometimes. So that's like 4 hours. It's not 3.5. You hit the gas, but 4 hours at Tahoe. You know, you can go up there and play in the snow and come back here, and it's nice.
So if there was one thing you would say you don't like about San Jose, what would it be?
The amount, the ratio of men to women?
It gets repetitive. There's not enough food places. I've been here 33 years, and I've done the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over.
It's hard to park. I ain't gonna lie, like, it's hard to park. Like, and this is coming from somebody that, like, I have a parking garage spot, like, at my actual place of residence. So it's, I don't take for granted being able to park.
Yeah.
And I know that's sounds minuscule, but when you're on the way to that meeting and like you're 12 minutes away, but it takes you 8 minutes to be able to find a parking spot because you might have to walk just a little bit farther, it's difficult, right?
Yeah.
This area, sometimes it's getting crowded.
Okay.
And I was witnessed some, not very pleasant accidents behind Santana Row on the parking lot.
I was gonna say the rush hour traffic, but that's probably everywhere. I guess in the week of November where it gets really hot, it gets over to 120. That's probably the worst thing. Besides that, there's really no complaints.
So the intense heat that comes sometimes, but otherwise the beauty is in the middle of the winter, it's gorgeous, right?
Yes, exactly.
We have to drive. There is not much train options there are train options. We do have train, but it doesn't connect everywhere. We need a car.
Everything's good here. You know, it's got good diversity of people and a lot of different things and a lot of activities to do, so I enjoy it.
Okay.
I would also share my personal experience. So my son, he's a teenager, and during COVID, there was some demonstrations here, and something we're going on here, Black Lives Matter events and so on. And he drove his e-wheel. And he was going here on the e-wheel, and then he was turning back home on e-wheel. And he was stopped by some people from the car, and they stole the e-wheel, and they threw him away to the curb. And basically, he came home, he was very stressed. And it was just behind, it's South Monroe Street. So I would say that was very unpleasant accident, and it was, I think, back to 2021 or 22.
What would you say it costs to live in San Jose, or maybe like what salary makes sense in order to do well in San Jose?
Whoa.
Because that's a big question.
Yeah, over 150, and you're kind of living right along the medium line.
I live a lavish lifestyle. So in the area that I would say like playing in the 275 to 350,000 would put me in a comfortable place personally, but it kind of depends on, do you have kids? Are you married? All of those type of game plans. But at least 275 would be bare minimum to live comfortably in my life personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you like to go like out to restaurants and things like that?
Yeah. And I'd say that's included, that's separate, but I'm also, like I said, a nomad. I do like to travel. I do like to do these things, but I want to be able to come home to a spot that I'm comfortable in. When I do that traveling, when I do all of those different enjoyable activities.
Okay.
If you want to move to San Jose or anywhere in the Bay Area, you gotta have money. If you ain't got no money, then it's be miserable. You want to move to San Jose, you better be making you and your wife or whoever your spouse is, baby, bringing at least $200,000. Other than that, you better go somewhere where poor people live, like me on the east side.
I feel like the medium income here, I believe, is like 100, right?
Yeah, I think it's like 125 maybe or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's over 100. Yeah.
Definitely more six figures.
Okay.
Maybe 150 to 200,000 to live like comfortably.
Yeah, that's kind of been the general consensus. 150 to 200. Some people say a little more, 200. Kind of depends if you go out or not,
that's true.
Right? Yeah.
Oh my God. The rents are really high. If you were just looking for rent and basic needs, I think about a little bit more than 100K is a basic requirement for just to survive.
Yes.
I would say you at least got to make close to 100 to survive, and that's not including a family. You know, the family you got to be. Everybody's got to be putting in their part. You know, because it is high, and actually housing is the one that is the most. You know, and it doesn't really matter where you are now. But I've been looking at the rental things for myself up in San Francisco. The rent's actually less there than it is here now. They've come down a little bit
since the pandemic, right? People moved out of San Francisco. What part of San Jose do you live in?
I live in downtown, like the heart of downtown, off of First Street and Market, and one of those
high rises.
Yeah.
Cool. So, have you been up to San Francisco?
Yeah, just a little bit. The city, right? That's how I refer to it.
Yes. The city, exactly.
The city.
So, how would you compare the city to San Jose?
I'd say the biggest thing is the compact aspect. When I really think about the streets, like a little bit more of a decline, a little angle, and that's different for me because I'm from the valley, you know what I'm saying? So like driving up and down those roads, but also like it's very compact as a whole.
Yes. San Jose, there's a lot more trees and open space, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I like San Francisco, but I'm going to San Francisco for some special events like concerts. I like jazz, I like opera, symphony. I like to visit touristic places because I also bring my friends, and it's great. But recently I was in the middle of the city, and I was in Tenderloin district. And of course for me that was kind of experience because I saw homeless people. I saw some dirt. Streets were not clean. And also sometimes, it's dangerous because they have dogs and I have dogs, I know. So some big dogs, they get hungry because they maybe not feed them. And I saw some accidents that these dogs were kind of aggressive. And in this case, you don't know what can happen. I would say me and my kids who are grown up, they prefer to live here. They like to go there occasionally on weekends, but they prefer to live here in San Jose.
Yeah.
And I think San Jose have a lot of, future. Big future, especially with all these high-tech companies, everything here.
Besides it being a difference in the city and the skyscrapers, I would say the ambiance, I feel like a lot more people are friendly here than San Francisco, and also the traffic. The traffic is a big difference.
Yes. Traffic is one of our problems, right?
Yeah. It's much cleaner. But again,
in San Jose.
But again, area to area, right? There's dirty parts of San Francisco, there's dirty parts of San Jose, right? So, generally the more you pay, the cleaner area you have. So again, goes to what kind of quality of life you're looking for.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff, right? San Francisco is obviously a bigger city, so a lot more going on over there. Not really a suburban feel. But yeah.
Just city,
yeah.
Any contrast that you would say?
Yeah, I feel like the same. San Francisco is definitely like, I would guess like there's more opportunities there. It's just like a lot more people, but I feel like it's very dirty compared to San Jose.
Yeah.
So here, South Bay, it's like the roads are broader. San Francisco is very compact and it's a proper city.
Yeah.
Like Mumbai. So I tell this to all my friends. If you are visiting San Francisco, make sure that you have your shoes on because it's so hilly. You always have to walk up, and you always get a complete legs workout when you are not on your car. When you're on your foot, it's crazy. San Francisco is always hilly, and you need to be very lucky to get a clear view of the Golden Gate Bridge, even if you're staying there. So
yeah. It's a different temperature climate.
It's always windy. It's a little bit cooler compared to what we have here, but the food options are amazing. I am a big foodie myself, so from Asian to American, Indian, Spanish, we have a lot of varieties and good restaurants, like quality restaurants. So,
Do you say that about South Bay or San Francisco or both?
Now this joint, Santana Row, it's amazing. Something close to this would be Palo Alto downtown and Mountain View downtown.
Yeah.
These are like the prime locations where you will find good food and like top-notch places.
Yeah.
Like both fine dining as well as just
day-to-day.
Just cafes and all those things.
I like both, but I like San Francisco too. It was cool. There's good and bad areas everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've stayed around here, so I worked up there, but always commuted back here. And really, for anybody coming up here, one of the best ways to get up is 280, has less traffic.
Yeah.
Versus 101 and 880. You go up 280 up the city, or cut down through. I like Half Moon Bay. Cut down through 92 there, and you go to Half Moon Bay and up.
Okay.
That's how I go most of the time.
If you knew somebody looking to relocate to this area, what would be one piece of advice you'd share with them?
There's so many different areas and so many diverse areas that you really want to do your research about where you're living because, there's just so much to learn. So different parts of town have different things that, are great about it. And it depends on the person what kind of activities they want to do. If they want restaurants, if it's more of a family thing. So really just got to do your research before you come and really think hard where you want to actually finally get that house or that rental or whatever it may be.
I'd say understand what you want. Going into it, I'd say I've moved a lot. I consider myself to be a nomad. Like in the past 5 years, I've lived in 3 different states, right?
Yeah.
So I've moved a lot, but it's the prior preparation is what I like to say, is understanding what am I looking for in a home? What am I looking for in an apartment? All of those things, have those questions answered so it's easier to filter, right?
Yeah.
Opposed to oh, I'm going to go drive around the streets. Because I did that myself at a point. Was I couldn't find what I was looking for online.
Yeah.
So I flew out here from Utah. After I flew out, kind of looked around, but didn't have a true game plan on what I was looking for. So any advice that I give is know what you want, know what you're looking for, and then make sure you follow through and go in person and talk to that person that you'll be renting for, so you can learn about the environment and the community around.
I guess just go out there. There's a lot of cool things to do. I feel like it's a big city, and you'll find exactly what you're interested in.
Yeah.
Like if you're a hiking person, there's a lot of hiking trails. If you like shopping, there's a lot of shopping areas. So it's really up to you.
There's a lot of opportunities for like tech jobs. So this is like the place if you're into tech. But if you want to go out, no, it's not the place to go out.
Okay. Would be living in San Francisco better if you like to go out?
A little bit more, a little bit better, but I would say San Jose is better than San Francisco.
Okay.
And plus, it's not that far away. If you really want to
you can do both.
Visit, San Francisco, it's like a 30-40 minute drive.
Yeah. Okay. What would you say?
I mean, same thing, right? There's a lot of opportunities in, tech and, AI and whatnot over here. So if you're moving out here, just make the most of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And be prepared to work.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely keep an open mind, because this it depends on the locality where you're staying at. I come to San Jose for my job only, so that's why I get to stay here. But the place where I live, it's more quieter and more non-urban kind of a vibe.
Okay.
Yeah. So definitely the Bay Area, from San Jose to Mountain View, it's lit all over the city.
Yeah.
All over the Bay Area.
You ready for the traffic?
The traffic, yeah. The traffic, the hustle and bustle, right?
I hear ya.
Yeah.
The best I've heard from following podcasts and talking to my boys is invest. And I'm learning that at 33. I didn't even know that until my friends were like, at the end of the day, investing. So invest. And I'm still figuring out what that means, because I was like, invest in what? But just one job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs ain't enough anymore here. It's kind of wild. I have 2 kids, and I'm good with money management, so I've done decently fine because I don't live materialistic.
Yeah.
But invest.
Okay, so
And I'm learning.
Yeah, so basically live simply so that you can save and
I'm the
invest.
simplest guy.
Yeah.
I use a lot of my income to do events with my kids.
Yeah.
So if I want to buy $800 pair of Jordans or go on an excursion with my kids, I'm going to choose my kids. So I look broke to most people because I don't have the newest things, but I'd rather create memories. That's just me, though.
Yeah. Experiences, right? I think that's super valuable because that's what creates memories, like you said. Thank you so much for joining me today out on the streets in Santana Row, talking to some locals about their opinions about living in San Jose. I'm Theresa Wellman, and I would love to speak with you if you're considering relocating or buying in this area of San Jose, or which neighborhood would be right for you. Reach out at the number below and you'll be speaking directly with me. I'd love to connect. And if you'd like to check out other videos about living or relocating in San Jose, check out the link above.